Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more FM22. We are playing with the Bohemians 905. I actually didn't know they were called that. Well, I've just forgotten about it. In the Czech Republic, right? And we have just won 2 trophies in the last match. Yeah? Lovely. And it is the preseason episode, or no. This is not the preseason episode. This is the end of the season episode, right? The preseason episode is the next one. If you don't like those type of things, you can just jump over them. But if you do, where we're looking at statistics, we're looking at squad depth a little bit, we're looking at maybe some players that are leaving us, or where we might need to strengthen in the preseason window. Stuff like that. That's what is going to happen in this episode. But first, we need to take a look at this. Well, that's part of it, right? That's part of it. So you can see here, end of season review. Lovely. 2 trophies won. I mean, that's lovely. Just that alone. Oh man, that was just such a good season. Such a good season, right? So, the transfers going in, or the newcomers, right? Torre Grossa, fantastic. 31 goals for us, 34 apps, 7 from subs, 3 assists. He's not an assist maker, is he? Nah, he's a goal scoring maker. He actually came from Sampdoria, interesting enough. 7.22 in average rating. Not the highest. Wow, my voice just went. Not the highest average rating ever, but decent. He is gonna leave us at the end of the season, right? Well, it is the end of the season. He's gonna leave us. He wanted a really high contract, so he's gone. Tran, that I signed for 600k. 7 games, 8 as subs, 6 goals, 4 assists, 7.19. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. He's been worth it. Absolutely, he's been worth it. And he can do even, as you can see here, they really like this signing as well, the board and the fans. So, I don't know if the fans actually do, but this is the board. They love it. The board also loved this one. Tran, fantastic signing. Even for 600k, I think it's cheap. It's cheap for what we get from him. Horak, I think he's someone that we can definitely build upon. He's our second best central defender on the left hand side. 9 games, 4 subs, 7.15. He's been pretty solid. Sikovic, the first choice on the right hand side right now. 28 games, 7.06. Probably needed to do a little bit better, but you know what? He's 21. He can still improve quite a lot as well. So yeah, again, 2 good signings there on the central defenders. I'm very happy about that. Strabik, this is I didn't expect him to do this well actually. I think Strabik right now is my preferred deep line playmaker in the midfield. So again, another really good signing. 7.02, not the highest, but he also have a lot of subs appearances, and that's why the average rating is that low, I think. Because if you do have a lot of subs, your ratings are gonna go down, right? But yeah, he's been a fantastic signing for 50k. I think that's a cheap deal, and he came from a club that I don't know why they let him go for 50k. I have no idea. Maybe he wanted too big of a contract for them to handle, or I have no idea. Wesley, that is the deal that I well, who would have known? Who would have known? Even the board actually liked our signing of him. I'm trying to sell him again. It might be too early to do that, but he only have 1 year contract, 1 year left on his contract. He only signed a 2-year contract, right? So he have 1 year left now. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been poor either. Maybe I should have started him more games. Maybe I don't know what it is with this guy, but that's probably the only one where I'm thinking, that's a little bit iffy. But overall, fantastic with the new arrivals. Absolutely fantastic signings, all of them, almost, except from Wesley. So there we go. Season results, yeah, that looks Czech First Division, A+. I mean, what else is there to say? We won the league. Yeah, what else is there to say about that? I don't have anything else. I mean, we had some poor results in there, but overall, it's been really good. Euro Cup, pretty solid. I have nothing here. I mean, we won most of the games, actually, except from one, we won all of them. In the group stages, fantastic, and then we got beaten by Villarreal. So yeah, it is what actually I think, did Villarreal go all the way? I'm not sure. We need to check that out. Czechish FA Cup, winner, chicken dinner, won it, perfect. What else is there to say? We're champions in that one again. 2 out of 3, right? 2 out of 3. So that's another brilliant result. They're only giving us a B+ for that. And B+ for the Euro Cup. Yeah. But I guess the board is gonna love us. I don't see how that's not gonna happen now. Moments to remember: 8-1 against these guys. Fair enough. Yeah, biggest win ever in the FA Cup. Sure. Euro Cup 1-1 against Panathinaikos. Really? is that a big deal? Away from home, maybe? Is that okay? I'll take it. 5-0 against Karvina. Sure, that's goal of the season actually. Match to remember one. Whatever. Goal of the season, apparently in this game. I don't remember it. We can't see it, but actually, I think we could if we are going in and seeing it. We could go in and see it maybe if I remember doing that. The finances, yeah, it should go up. It should definitely go up. We do have our broadcast going down. That's interesting. Pasalic is, yeah, of course, he's the top seller of shirts. Torregrossa, Siska, Solil, Templeman. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I think Tran is gonna go in there next season, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, that looks pretty solid. Very happy with it. We have a new sponsorship deal this year, and oh, it's actually going down. Last season. Oh no, it's going up. It's going up. How you all lined up? Yeah, Torregrossa, Ugwu, Pasalic, Janosek, Templeman, Aikidi, Vincent, Sigovic. How was that? Well, that's the other way around, but whatever. Carlos Enrique. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's probably the best 11 this season. Yeah, pretty much it. Good. All right. The accolade. Oh, here we go. I love this one. Czech is first division manager of the month for December, so we only won it one time. Okay. Fair enough. We also have a lot of other awards that are not gonna get in. All the the league awards, they are not gonna come in before the mid of the preseason, so we can't really see them now. Club awards, Pasalic, player of the season, 100%. Young player of the season, how was that? Fair enough. That's he was pretty solid in there. Torregrossa, signing of the season, yeah, pretty much. Goal of the season, Siska, we probably need to take a look at that one. Top goal scorer, 31 goals. Pasalic, top assist, 19. He's improving on that one as well. Pasalic, player of the match awards, 9. Wow, sir. Pasalic, 7.7 in average rating. Yep. Aikidi, again, but less passes this time around. Last time he had 93 or 94 maybe. Now it's 83, but that's probably because of our tactical changes. But still, he's up there. And he has a fantastic season. He's probably the second best player in our team this season, I would say. His ratings was really high. Very solid performances every single time. Most overall goal scorer player in the season. Yeah, Torregrossa is going to take that. And most league goals. Also, most goals by a player. Yep, 5. That's a new record. Most goals player in a league match. 3. Apparently, he's going to take Ugwu's record for some reason. Because he also had 3. Pasalic, most assist, 19. Mikolic, 9 clean sheets. So he's also improving. But I am probably going to look for a new goalkeeper this season. Or this preseason. Most player of the match awards. Pasalic, 9. We already saw that. Most league goals by a player. 52, because, yeah, that's adding up now for Ugwu. He's definitely becoming a legend, right? He's becoming a legend, Ugwu. Highest transfer fee paid, 468k, but it could go up to 600k. Tran. But what a signing that was. What a signing. So there we go. History in the making. Bohemian started better than anyone would have expected and continued in that vein, storming all the way to the title. Yep. Bohemians have been brilliant since day one. Their early season football was a joy to watch, and they are deserved champions. There we go. Finish. So there we go. That was the review. So with all that done, we can finally get into the statistics. And this time around, I'm actually going to start using the data hub. I think it's a better way to visualize how we have done instead of looking at only the players. So the first thing we're going to look at is the team performance, right? And then we're going to go into the player performances after that. So let's just take them by step here, because I like to do this. I like to get an idea of what we are up against and what we have done in the league. So this is the XG table. So as we can see here, XG wise, expected goals is 74.5, and we are spot on it. XG, expected goals against, so we have conceded 5 more than what the XG suggests that we should have. yeah, we have conceded more than we should, right? And I would say 5, 6, 7 goals, we could probably avoid that. So that's also what I thought was the case. XG points total, -1. That's interesting. So they actually expected us to get 1 more point. Alright, yeah, that's an interesting one. But overall, we did what I guess the XG was suggesting we did. Actually a little bit worse, I guess. That's interesting. Possession gained. So where are we winning the possession? Yeah, in our half, right? In our half. We are not winning the ball back high up the pitch. We are winning it in our midfield. That's where we are winning it. That's how we are playing this season, and it's probably also how we're gonna play next season. Defensive actions, well, same thing. Most of the actions is in our midfield. Some of them are also up here, which is interesting to see. But yeah, that's also what I was thinking. Pass attempted, a lot in the midfield, and also a lot in the attacking midfield. Also, yeah, it's pretty much also what I was thinking that would be. Yeah, our halfback having a lot of passes in here, right? A lot of halfback passes out to the wingers and out to the central midfielders, and then from there up to the inside forwards or into the deep line playmaker now. So yeah, that's pretty solid as well, the pass map, or pass attempted. So this is what? This is the movement, okay. Lots of dribbles, infrequently fouled. No, frequently fouled, okay. So yeah, and that's how we are playing. We are definitely a running team. We are a running team with lots of dribbles out on the wings, or, well, wing backs actually. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And what is this? Fouls against per game. So a lot of fouls against us, right? Yeah. And this is the dribble per game. Lots of them. Good. I like that. Possession. Frequently wins the ball. Reliable in possession. So yeah, Sparta Prague is up there as well. Slavia Prague. Okay. So we are definitely winning. We win over possession a lot, right? We win over the possession quite a lot. But not as much as some of the other teams, actually. But when we do win it back, we keep it. That's the thing. That's the thing. We keep it. We do not let up our possession. We are really far down the list of... we actually the ones that are losing possession the least amount. So that is really, really solid. Scoring. Well, so conversion rate and goals per game. So we get around 2.2 per game, it seems like, or something like that. And our conversion rate is about 11%. Okay. I would like to see us get up to 13, 14%. I think 11% is way too low. That could change next season. Now when I have my inside forwards on telling them not to shoot too often, that maybe creates some bigger chances for us and get the conversion rate just a little bit up next season, because we would like to see that. We would like to see the conversion go up. Shooting. Aggressive shooting. So we get a lot of shots off, right? Probably a bit too many. We could go a little bit lower and then get a little bit more into the clinical, because our shots on target ratio is... Yeah, that's also something that needs to go up quite a bit. So this one should also move over here or thereabout next season. Hopefully that we can... I don't know, that depends. But hopefully we can do something about that. But that's one of the places we can really, develop ourselves. Goalkeeping. Imprint. Okay, so we do not have a lot of shots faced against us because we are just in possession a lot. And what is this? Conceded per game. So we do also concede a very low amount, 0.8 or something like that, actually. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right. Where are we? Crossing. All right. So lots of accurate. Yeah. I mean, we are crossing a lot. Cross completion is way up there, way above 30. That's really solid. That is really, really good. Love to see it. That's perfect for me. This is absolutely perfect. So that's good. Defensive efficiency. Quiet defense, leaky defense. So opposition conversion rate. Yeah. That's the one. That's I don't know what to do about it, because that's the conversion rate against us is really, really high compared to where we should be, right? We should be here. We should be here. Down here. Conversion rate really low, and also... no, we should be here, because we are not a very... We are quiet... Wait, so we should be... Yeah, we should be down here. We are a quiet defense, but we should also be impenetrable. Right now, we are way too leaky in terms of our conversion rate against us. Not sure what to do about that one. Many of the goals, like we have seen this season, is half of them are long shots or what they call set pieces. And I think if we could close this gap down to below 11 at least, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. Goal output, high scoring, impenetrable defense. Okay, so we do not concede a lot, like we have seen, and we are still high scoring. So that's basically another way to show it, right? We are not as high as Sparta Prague. They are definitely up there, but we are good enough in this area. I'm pretty happy with it. So this is telling us that we're gonna win more games than we are gonna lose, right? Because we concede less than we are scoring. So that's pretty solid. We're scoring one more than we are. We're actually 1.2 more than we are leaking. So that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Goal output, aerial. Okay. So lots of headers, strong headers. Barning Ostrava, Sparta Prague, Victoria Pilsen. Huh. Where is... oh, we might have seen here why Slavia Prague is not doing well this season, or not as good as they have used to. They do not have strong headers. I would like to improve this even further, right? I would actually like to improve this even further. I would like to go up here. It's hard to do. We are already looking quite good in this area, but this is a very important... I think this is very important to have a good team. You need good headers, you need strong headers to win games. At least how I'm playing and how this league is. So definitely something I'm looking for. Also strength. Strength is also important to get up there. So yeah, that looks pretty solid, but we could even improve on that. Passing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we are not really a passing team anymore. So I think this is okay. I think that's it's perfect for me. Well, it's not perfect. I would like to be a little bit higher up, because the accurate passing, that's the one I want to be up in. So even further over here, actually. That would be fine, but we don't need a lot of passes. We on how many passes we have. I don't need a whole lot of passes. I just need them to be accurate, right? So that's it looks okay. It could be better, but it's okay. Tackling. All right. So we have a lot of tackles, right? We're not the most tackled. We don't do a. The only reason we are not that far up is because we have a lot of possession. We also have to remember that we do have a lot of possession, because we cannot tackle that many times. But when we do get them quite... I think this is perfect. This is pretty much perfect. It can always get better, but I'm pretty happy with that. We look like a really good tackling team, so that's good. General performance. So let's take a look here. Expected goals 2.13, and we got 2.11. So that's pretty much spot on. Conceded per game 0.89. I said from the get-go that I would like to see 7.70. So we are a bit far off that, and the expected is 0.72. That is what I would like to see next season. That one going down. What about this? Shots per game. Yeah, that's very far up. Is there anything else? The shots ratio is pretty much the same as everyone else in the league. I would like that to go up. Pass completion is pretty good. Tackles 1 could go up a little, but it's overall pretty good. Overall pretty good. So is there anything else in the team attacking here? Foul against is very high. That's great, because that's gonna bring us to move our central defenders forward into, you know, good positionings when we have free kicks and stuff. So that's all good. That's not really a worry. Having high fouls against is not a worry, especially not when you have a pretty good team when it comes to the aerial stuff. Dribbles per game, a lot. A lot, and that's what we want to see. Otherwise, pretty much the same as the other one. Team defending. So, is there anything here? Tackles to 1 ratio. Interceptions is actually lower than normal. But that's, again, you have to remember that we have the ball quite a lot, so many of these things are going to be lower than the average, right? What's going on here? Oh, that's fouls made per game. Okay, that's a lot lower than... Yeah, because we don't really need to make a lot of fouls, I guess. Yeah, fewer than... What? Fouls made per... So the average is 12.07. So we're actually making more fouls than most teams. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that because we do need to win the ball back, and we are tackled harder in many situations. So I don't really care too much about that, but it could be a problem. But it's also how we are getting the ball back very often. You know, the tackles, harder tackles, and stuff like that. But it is something maybe we could look at, and maybe not have as many hard tackles in there, and make it more focused on their best players. Clearance per game, 36. Not a whole lot, but whatever. So that's the team. So let's move on to the players. So this is a pretty good list of things to look at, and it's basically the same as I did last season. This is just a different way of showing it, right? It's still giving me the information I need. So what we're looking at is basically how good are some of the players doing in specific areas, where do we might need some improvements and stuff like that. And also maybe making me more aware of who I might want to sell or who I really want to keep. So that's the focus here. I think we're gonna go through them by taking the goalkeeper first, then the defenders, then the midfielders, and then the forwards. So let's take a look at the goalkeepers. All right, so Mikolic, right? He's the only one in here, and we can now compare him to everyone else in, and that's probably the most important stuff. Why we should use the data hub here. We can compare him to everyone else in the league. So what we have is fewer saves, right? That makes sense because we are not having a lot of shots against us. So that makes sense. But his save percentage is 74%, right? That is way lower. He's like bang on average, right? He's bang on average compared to many of the other guys because their save percentage is way higher. So this is a place where I think we could improve. The goalkeeping could be improved, right? So this is the advanced goalkeeping. Okay, so that's save percentage again. So he's bang on average there. And this is expected goals. What is that? Expected what? Expected goals what? I need to read on my side here. Prevented. Oh, prevented. Wow, I can't read upside down or like that. I don't know why I can't do that. But yeah, he is very low. Like -6, -7. So I think the goalkeeping area is where we could really... If we could have a goalkeeper being up here, right? Instead, where he is actually preventing 6 or 7 instead of -7. It's an area where we really need to probably improve. I think so. And what about this? This is the passing. So pass completion. Wow, he's really far up there. But that's not going to be enough. You need to also save our goals. What is the other one going up here? Passes attempted per 90 minutes. Not really a whole lot. So he's very accurate with his passes. So at least he got that going for him. And it is important for us to have someone that can do that. But... yeah, I think the other stuff is just more important. He could save us a lot of points. The new goalkeeper, if we get a new goalkeeper, could save us a lot of points if he's just way better than Mikolic. The problem is we need to find someone that actually can do what Mikolic is not doing, right? And yeah, I'm not... right now I'm thinking it's probably shot stopping and... what would the other thing be? Where are we conceding goals, right? We need a shot stopper, and we need someone who is pretty good as a sweeper keeper. So someone who is rushing out, good at rushing out and being eccentric, and also half decent in the air. That's probably what we're looking for here, right? Defenders, crossing. Well, this is also the wingbacks. So we got Enrique, Ravoy, and Defi, and Finson in there. Okay. So crosses completion in percentage. So Enrique is up there. Yeah, he's doing really fine. 35% or something like that. That's pretty decent. Finson is also over the line of what I am accepting. Anything over 25%, that's fine by me. Ravoy is right on the spot there, but he's the backup to Carlos Enrique, so that makes sense. And Defi is gonna probably leave us. I think he's gonna get sold, or I think his contract is actually running out. He hasn't been good. So what about the other way here? Crosses attempted per 90. All of them are really high up. So I think these three are perfectly fine. They're doing exactly what I want them to in terms of crosses. So I'm pretty happy with those guys right there. Movement, defenders. So again, this is the wingbacks. And lots of dribbles, frequently fouled. Fouls per 90. Okay, so... And this is the dribble. So again, Carlos Enrique in the dribbles really far up. And he is fouled 2 times per game, or just about 2 times per game. Rhapsodies is getting fouled even more, but have less dribbles. Same with Finson. They're a bit more defensive-minded, those two, compared to Carlos and Riga. So that, yeah, it all makes sense here, and they're definitely looking good, looking solid up there. Tackling defenders. Well, this is, I guess, going both ways, both the central defenders and the fullbacks. But as we can see, our fullbacks are tackles attempted per 90. A lot of them, right? They are having a lot of attempted tackles. And they also have the 1 ratio really high up. Carlos Enrique a little bit... No, he's actually above... This is not the best way to show it, actually. But he is... You have to go by the head. Not the name, the head. So the head is on the line here. So he is having it around 80% or something like that. Finson a little bit worse. And also Rhapsodies a little bit worse. But still very, very solid. And Defi up there as well. But yeah, it's pretty good, especially when you think about how many they try to do, and they are having this high percentage. I think I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of our central defenders, we can see that Horak is... well, that's interesting. He's not making a lot of tackles, but when he does it, well, he's gonna get them in. I'm pretty happy with Sekovic as well here. Really high percentage, and when he does them, they are not doing a whole lot of tackles. Mostly it's going to be interceptions and stuff like that in air duels, right? Air duels, that's what the central defenders are doing. So, yeah, but overall pretty happy with that as well. It looks pretty good, pretty solid. Possession, well, that's more... Actually, that's also both placements we need to look at here. So what do we frequently win the balls? Possession 1. So Horak again win the possession very, very often. That's interesting to see. Possession lost. Also, Horak is just rock solid in there as a central defender. Absolutely rock solid. Even better than the other two. Yeah, Haustak has to be careful here because Horak looks rock solid right now to me. So, but otherwise, yeah, the other two guys are also looking solid here. What about our wingers or wingbacks here? So they frequently win the ball, right? They are doing quite well in winning the ball quite often. Both of them. Mostly Havoy. Vincent is below the line here. Okay. And Enrique is probably where he should be. But they also, Vincent, lose the ball quite often. Probably because he's, yeah. I'm a little bit worried about Finson on this one. He's, yeah, we probably need to play him a little bit more on the wingback on support than the wingback on attack, because he's losing the ball a little bit too often, and he's not winning it back too often as well. So yeah, that's a little bit of a concern there for Finson, and we are looking for a new wingback on the left-hand side, because right now we only got Finson over there. So we are looking for that. Actually, we do get one in, but he's a youngster, not a... So yeah, I know that we need another wingback on the left-hand side. Possession, passing, right, passing. So lots of passes, accurate passing. Okay, so that looks pretty solid for all three of them. They're pretty much spot on each other. I have no complaints about that. Again, Finson looking a little bit worrying here. His pass completion is not the best in the world. Carlos Enrique way better on that, almost 90%, and Rhapsodies okay on 88. But yeah, he's dropping a little bit here, Finson, and he also have fewer passes than Rhapsodies, and now he actually have more than Enrique. A little bit of a worry here on Finson, and also Finson, his contract is running out in 2027, so he either need to get a new deal or maybe get sold. So we could be looking at two completely new wingbacks because his contract is running out. And you know what I say, if I cannot get them on a new contract, and right now he hasn't signed a new contract because he wants too high wages, maybe it's better to sell them then. So that's interesting. Assisting. Oh, okay, this is... Alright, so why is he not on the list here? Why is he not on the list? Why is... have he not had any assists? Wait, what? Carlos Enrique, do you not have any... You don't have an assist in the league. Wowzer. Wowzer, right? That's a big thing. That is where Finson is coming up big for us. Because he do, and he's very highly accredited here. So... Carlos Enrique not having assists. So he's making 0.16 assists per game. And he has key passes 90 per minute. Almost 3. So that's why. So Vincent is doing fine. Because now you have to remember now you have to remember why it was that he did not do well in the possession and the passing. It's because he's taking higher risk. His game is having higher risk. And he's trying more passes that are more forward thinking. So yeah, interesting. So he's doing fine, and I want him to stay if he can get a new contract. If we can get him on a decent contract. So yeah, Javoy is pretty low, but I knew that he would be. But he's more as a second choice, right? He's a second choice wing back, not the first choice. That's okay. Now the defenders. Pretty happy about that, actually. I think we're pretty solid in the back line. We do need to strengthen the left side, and we do need a new contract for Vincent. So, but otherwise we look pretty solid back there. Midfielders, passing midfielders. Okay, that's gonna be an interesting one. Okay, so we got 2 different groups here, right? We got our central midfielders, and we got our defensive midfielders. Our defensive midfielders looks rock solid in the lots of passes and accurate passing, which is what I want to see from our halfback. And both of them are looking fantastic. I don't really have it. I mean, Lessig even better than Aikidi here, but yeah, that's perfect. That's the 2 main guys for next season as well. Absolutely brilliant. And it seems like our central midfielder. How do I like this? They do have a lower pass percentage than the other 2, which is natural, I guess. No, passes per... Okay, they got less passes attempted and also less completion. I think the completion is a little bit worrying. But here's the thing. Many of these guys, when they do get the ball, like the deep line play... Actually, it's very nice to see that Strabik is in front of the other guys because he's the deep line playmaker, mostly. But many of these guys are attempting some pretty risky passes, right? I've told them to take risks. So having 85% on them, it's not too far from what I wanted. I probably wanted them 87. That would be nice to have them on 87 or thereabouts. So a little bit low, but I know that I'm taking risk on them. So we have to take a look at how many chances they are also creating, right? Defending. Let's take a look at their defending then. So Aikidi and Lessig, fewer blocks, lots of clearances. So they have a lot of clearances because they're winning air duels. So that's pretty solid. Clearances per 90, between 6 and 7. That's perfect. Love to see that. Both of them. That's perfect. And when it comes to blocks per 90, doesn't really matter too much actually. That's not too important. That's more important on our central defenders actually. So I can't really read a whole lot from this, to be honest. What I will say is that Dominik Janusek doesn't seem to be really good defensive speaking. The other 2 looks pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing there because, yeah. I'm more interested in seeing tackles than actually clearances and blocks. Well, clearances is important for the fullbacks, but not the fullbacks, the halfbacks, but whatever. Possession. Midfielders. Okay, frequently wins the ball, reliable in possession. So possession lost per 90. So Janusek again over here, possession lost 13 times it seems. That's but again, if he's creating a lot of chances, that could be alright. Yeah, they are definitely losing the ball quite a lot. Quite a lot compared to what we would probably like to see. And it is very important for these guys to not lose the ball very much. Because if they lose the ball, well, that's going to be a big chance for the what is it called? The opposition, right? But Lessig is also very, very frequently winning the ball. So I think Luka Lessig kind of got ahead on Aikidi here. But Aikidi has just a very high rating. I don't know. But both of them could be the first choice next season. Either of them could be the first choice. But a little bit worrying to see this down here. But we will move on. Shooting. Okay, that's an interesting one. Aikidi is up there because he is good on the header on the corners. Okay. So shots per 90. Yeah. That's the corners. Dominik Janusek is also up there because he is taking a lot of shots on the central midfield on attack. Here's the question, are they clinical? Nope, not really. They are pretty wasteful. I think it would be advisable to get our midfield to shoot less often somehow, right? Because they're not very clinical. They are. I mean, they needed to be up here if it was a really good. Either we need other central midfielders to do that, or we just don't need them to do it and let our front three and mostly our deep lying playmaker, the deep lying playmaker to do it. Is it called the deep lying playmaker or deep lying striker or deep lying? Yeah, I think it's called the deep lying striker or whatever. You know who I mean. So I think we need to. I think I was fine with Akidi here because that's not long shots. That's just him inside the box area on the headers, right? But we could have someone that is a little bit better at clinical striking, even on those headers. Yeah, that's something to think about. Something to think about in the tactic, that's for sure. Shooting, assisting. Okay, assisting. So Templeman is up there. Key passes per 90. So interesting to see him up there actually, because was he even on the list here on the defending midfielders and stuff? But what about the passing? Yeah, okay, so he has a little bit lower pass completion, and that makes sense. That makes sense. So he's, I think Templeman is our best midfielder. I think he's our best midfielder because he's also assisting quite a bit and makes a lot of key passes, as you can see. Lessig and Akidi. Okay, so yeah, Lessig is definitely not a creator. Akidi neither, but a little bit more. Janosek, Strabik is not really as good as I thought he would be here, but it's okay, but I would like to see it a little bit higher than that, to be honest. Janosek, not the best. Not the best. Okay. But Templeman doing really fine. Tackling. Oh, that's a big one. This is a big one. Wow. Yeah, Templeman, absolutely. He's up there. He got lots of tackles, strong tackling, good passes, create lots of chances. Yeah, Templeman is definitely our key player in there. Strabik also doing quite well in this one. It's not too bad there. Yeah, Akidi and Lessig. Lessig is pretty low on the tackling part. All right, but yeah, they're doing more interceptions than tackling, the halfbacks, so tackles 1 radio, yeah. Oh, his radio is actually quite high. Okay, that's interesting. And his rating is also quite high. But Janosek, right now, Janosek looks like a... He looks like a loser in there. He actually is also running out of a contract in 2027. Oh, did I give him a new contract? No. I think I'm giving him a new contract right now. No, I don't. This guy might be the one that we might need to get rid of because we do have new players coming in on those spots. So where did we get to? Defenders, midfielders here. Tackling, right? I think Janosek right now looks like to me to be the one that we might want to sell, also because his contract is running out next season. He could be the one to sell, cash in on, because he's not really good enough for what we are looking for. Scoring midfielders, wow, Strabik is up there. That's interesting. Well, no, that's not really important to me, this one. Well, actually, it is on Akidi. I would like to see him score a little bit more. Or the other guy, where is he? He's also down here. Somewhere. Because we do focus on them on the corners, and probably that is wrong. Probably I should focus on someone else, because right now it doesn't look like they're getting the goals that we want. So the corners should probably change. Our set-piece corners should change, right? Because we are not getting the goals from them that we need from the defensive midfielders. Forwards. Oh boy, here we go. We don't really have a lot of forwards, but we do have a lot. Here's the thing, we got a lot of inside forwards as well. Crossing, okay. So we got 4 different guys in there. No, 5. We got Torregrossa, we got Trans, so that's 3, 4, 5. 6 actually with Pasalik. Alright, interesting. So crossing, right. Torregrossa, he doesn't need to cross. He's been the, you know, real striker in the team. So who should be good crossers? Well, Wesley, Ugwu, and Pasalik should definitely be good crossers, because they've been playing as inside forwards or wide target men all season long. Siska and Tran has sometimes been playing up front, so they should be a little bit lower. But Siska looks pretty solid there. Crosses completion. Yeah, we can see why Pasalik is his cross completion is very, very, very high. Same with Ukwu, he's looking decent in that one. And the other one is crosses attempted. Okay, so that's how many they are attempting. So Pasalic is attempting a lot, 13, and he's also getting them in. Wesley, looking pretty solid actually, I gotta say. He looks pretty solid in this. Yeah, I should probably give him a bigger chance next season. Ukwu, he's not getting that many crosses in. Neither are the other two. So, but that's not really what we need from them. That's not really what we need from them. They are more inside forwards than they are wingers, right? Pasalic is more a winger than he is an inside forward. So, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. Assisting. Pasalic, of course, yeah. So, we got assist per 90. He's up there. 0 points, I don't know, 60 or something like that. It's crazy. That's pretty good. Tran also pretty damn decent on that one. Torregrossa, of course, very low. Ukwu also doing rather decent. Wesley could definitely improve in that one. But 0.30 it's not bad. But Tran doing quite well in that one as well. And the other one is key passes. Okay, so a lot of key passes for Wesley. That's good to see. So yeah, I think I should give him a little bit more of a chance, right? On that left-hand side. Pasalic, 7 key passes per 90. Jesus Christ. So who is not doing well here? Not really anyone. Cisca could do better, but you have to remember that they also did their duty in playing as strikers sometimes. So yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Goal output. Alrighty, let's see. Well, Pasalic is assist per 90. Well, he's up there, and then we got the goals per 90. Okay. I mean, I don't really care. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, Cisco is a little bit low. That's about it. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. I mean, Ukwu is like that kind of. He's both assisting and creating goals. So Tran is mostly assisting, not scoring a whole lot. Yeah. Well, it looks all right, but we could definitely improve in this area. We want them to be further up here or further up here. So, I mean, Pasalic is not really scoring goals, so that's fine. He's just on the assist list. Movement, shooting, movements. No, what did we get to? Goal output. Did we take a look at the shooting? Oh yeah, this one is an interesting one. Shots per 90. Ukwu. He's up there, but he is on the clinical side of it. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Torregrossa right on the mid. Yeah, that's fine. Cisca is also looking fine because he's in the clinical spot. Pasalic is a little bit wasteful. Okay. And the other two is, yeah, Tran again. He doesn't seem to be a goal scorer. Even with having some decent, you know, composure and decent finishing and stuff. Just doesn't seem like it, but at least he's clinical when he does get in there. But we need to have them even further in the clinical because right now we are taking too many shots. But I guess those shots is coming from the midfield. Right now it seems like that why we are not scoring as many as we should, it might be because of our midfield and not as much as I thought from the front people, front players. So it looks rather decent, and now we can understand that, okay, maybe we should tell our midfielders to shoot even less, because I don't know if I can do that, but I'll definitely take a look at how possibly I could change that up, because we need more clinical shooting. That has been a worry. So that looks pretty good. Movement. Lots of dribbles frequently. Yeah, Pasalic is having a lot of dribbles. So this is fouls. A lot of fouls on Cisca, a lot of fouls on Pasalic. Okay. And this is dribbles per 90. Pasalic, a lot of them. Tran, a lot of them. So yeah, he looks more and more like an inside forward that could be assisting a bit more Tran. That's interesting. Interesting. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's also pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Scoring forwards. Yeah. Torregrossa is up there. But it could be higher. They need to score more goals, right? I mean, they are alright, all of them, except from Tran and Cisca. They need to improve that game. Pasalic is looking okay. Yeah, but this conversion rate, it needs to go on the other side. Like Cisca, he needs to go on that conversion rate on the other side. Tran is just on that line, but he also needs the conversion rate higher. Ukwu is on the wrong side of things. His conversion rate is terrible. We might need to sell him to shoot less often because he's not getting the conversion rate right. He's taking too many shots compared to what he's actually getting on target. Or conversion rate, not on target. He gets them on target, but he doesn't convert them. So again, there could be improvements here. A better striker as well, because his conversion rate is actually not that great, Torregrossa. He's taking a lot of shots where he's not getting them in. He might get them on target, but yeah, we need the conversion rate to be a little bit better for us. That's for sure. Something to think about when we're looking at strikers. Passing forward. Interesting. Tran is looking... Wait, pass completion. Yeah, Tran is having a lot of pass completion done. So again, he looks like more an inside forward that is more in the play than he is a really good, goal scoring kind of player. So that's interesting to see. Siska 84% or thereabout. It's okay, but it is definitely an area where we could maybe possibly get very wasteful. But that's because he has a lot of passes that is risky. So I'm not too concerned about that. And what is the other one? Passes attempted. Yeah, so he's also up there. Tran is not having that many, but he's pretty accurate with the ones he have. He needs to connect up a little bit better and be probably up here, Tran. That would make him a really, really good inside forward on the hold up, right? Hold up inside forward, where he is connecting the dots up. But yeah, overall, I'm okay with this. It could be better, it could be worse, that's for sure. We would like to see players up here, of course, but yeah. Especially the deep lying playmaker, when we because Torregrossa is gonna. So whoever is playing the deep lying playmaker next season, we want to see that guy up here. Lots of passes, accurate passing, or at least on that line up here. That's where we want to see him passing. That's it. That's the last of it. What I'm thinking here is, the forwards are looking okay. I think it's the midfield. We need to change a little bit tactically because they're taking too many shots in terms of, yeah. That's what I'm getting out of this. And that's what you can get out of this. So that's something to think about when I'm looking at the tactic, in the future. So there we go. That was the players, and that was that was very long, but we do have more things to look at. It's gonna be a long episode, guys. But yeah, that is what it is, right? So let's move on. Let's take a look at the squad depth and where we might need new players or we need strengthening and, all that kind of stuff. So, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one, at least to me. So, let's take a look at the striker first. So, we got Tran and we got Bornemann. Bornemann is coming back and he could be part of next season's setup. He's an okay deep line playmaker. I think he would be fairly good as a backup. Now, what I'm worried about is that Tran, we haven't seen enough of him to determine if he's good enough as a deep line playmaker. Is it called deep line playmaker? No, deep line forward. I'm calling it deep line playmaker, whatever. Deep line forward, and but he does have the numbers for it, right? He definitely looks like he has the numbers for it. And I think he is better than, I know I said before that Siska might be it, but no, I don't. I think Siska is actually not that great on the ball. I think Tran might be it up there instead of the inside forward role. He could definitely do that as well, but we do have other players over there, I think. But yeah, I think he should be good enough as that role, but he's not a goal-scoring kind of player. He is probably better in the up play, and that could work with that role as well. So we could do with the next player out here, but I also need to... We kind of need to try and focus on our youngsters that we already have, like Tran and Siska and stuff like that. They are gonna be the main guys in there anyway at some stage, right? So, I think I'm okay with Tran and Bornemann, but I definitely need something as a backup. And do we have anything here? I mean, we got Ukwe, we got Siska, we got Juritka, who could go up there and play there. None of them are deep lying forwards. I think we need a backup here. But it could be a youngster coming in, like a cheap youngster who could develop a little bit here and there, a 16, 17-year-old. I don't know. I don't know, but I want to focus more on Tran next season up there. I think that's it, and Bornemann as the backup, unless he's getting sold, of course, that could happen. Then we will definitely go out and find another one. So that's the striker area. Let's take a look at the inside forwards on the right-hand side. Siska and Pasalic. You know what? I think that's okay. I think definitely. I think he's. I mean, he's not really an inside forward, Siska, which is. I don't know, but I don't really know what to do with him other than that, really. So I think we're gonna play him as an inside forward and try and develop his left foot even further. Or we could start developing on the other side, so we can be an inside forward on the other side, because I don't really see him as an out and striker, and he needs to improve his passing quite a lot if he needs to be a deep lying forward, right? We do have that wide target forward role that he could play, but he's not very tall. He's pretty strengthy. He's got the balance and all. But right now he's like I'm not too sure how good he's gonna get, right? I thought he was gonna be a world beater, but right now I'm like more, maybe we should cash in on him, because I don't really see him fit into any of our systems right now too well. And then we got Pasalic, first choice, of course. So, you know what, that is okay. What we could do with, I like to have 3 players in there, and right now we do not. Do we have anyone that could go over here? Carlos Enrique, no. Wesley, not really. Bornemann, see, that's the thing. I want players that are their best role is there, right? And right now I'm not even sure Siska's best role is an inside forward, so we should probably take him out, right? His best role is probably up here as a deep line, I would say. So maybe we should do that, because he's probably better up there. And all of a sudden but take a look at this. Whoops. But we could make it. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. We could make sure that when we play him, we're gonna play him as something else, maybe a Tranquester or pressing forward or something like that. He's just not very good at any of these stuff. Advanced forward, maybe, yeah, could be, but he's definitely not a deep lying forward. I don't think so. He doesn't have the teamwork. He doesn't have the passing. But I don't know. Maybe he could do that. So maybe this is more like how it actually looks, and that means we are in dire need of an inside forward over here. Dire need for some backup to Pasalic. So yeah, that could be. On the left hand side, we got Tran. I'm gonna take him out because I don't think he's that good over here anymore. Ukwu, yeah, I think that's the best role for him, and I also think it's the best role for Wesley. The problem is, both of them have contracts that are running out next season. That means they either need to sign a new contract or get sold. So I don't know what's gonna happen with them just yet. We also have Peter Juritka probably. And he's here for a longer time, of course, and he's coming back into the team, and he could be part of next year's setup. Very likely so, actually. And we also got Hanslik, who is out on loan. He could also be part of the setup next season. He's a youngster out on loan, and he could also be one of the homegrowns, right? He's a winger. He's not an inside forward. But we could sometimes try him as a winger in there and just mix it up a little bit. So I'm not too worried about this over here, but if one of these goes, we might be looking at getting in another one, or not. It all depends. We definitely need to we need to make sure that one of them is getting a new contract, and I'm not too sure which one of them it is. I think both of them are pretty equal, but doing different things. So it all depends. So that's the AML. A bit of a question mark on that one, I would say. Midfielders, right? So we got a couple of things here to talk about. The first one is that we have a couple of midfielders that are running out of contract, like Ukwu and Wesley, and 2 of them, actually both of them, because the rest are not running out of contract. Solil and Janosek. I would like to sell both of them. I would like to cash in on them. I would like to sell Solil in this transfer, and I would also like to sell Janosek in this transfer. Yeah, that's about it. Now, that is leaving us at 5 midfielders for next season. Now, there is a couple of these guys that are new that I'm not going to show right now. Where are they? Banat is a new one, and also Hanslik is a new one. They are coming in this season from a transfer I did in the winter. So I'm not too worried about the midfield, even if we do sell both Solil and Janosek. I think we're still fairly decent in there. And I don't really have any worries there. It's fine. It's perfect. Nothing to worry about. So that's fine. The 2 new signings is better than Janusek and Solil. So yeah, I'm not worried. Having 5 midfielders, that should be all right for 2 spots. That should be okay. If that's gonna happen, of course. It all depends on me getting Solil and Janusek out of the club. But they could be around for next season as well. But we'll see. Defensive midfielders, I haven't even thought about that yet. Actually, we got Aikidi, who is on a long contract, so that's good. He's gonna stay around. We got Bess, who is, I don't know what to do about him. He could be sold. We could cash in on him. His contract is not running out, so I don't know. But Lesic, Aikidi, possibly Bess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could get a new one. I don't really want to get a new one because I'm really happy with Aikidi and Lesic in there. So I don't really need a new one. But I could do it. I could get maybe a youngster in as a 3rd choice, right? If Bess is gonna go. So that's about it for the defensive midfield. Overall, the midfield is pretty solid. I don't really. We just need to change that around. That we are allowing too many shots on from them because their conversion rate is absolutely horrible, and we need to stop that happening. But otherwise, the quality is there, right? I think the quality is there. Okay, moving down the list. Defender right. Okay, so we got Carlos Enrique, who just signed a new contract. Perfectly fine with that. He's the first choice in there. Then we got Ndefi, who is hopefully getting sold this season. I hope I can get rid of him. That is one of the deals done. Havoy is the backup to Carlos Enrique. He also signed a new contract, so he's in there. And we got Radim Seaman coming back from a loan deal. His contract is running out in 2027. He is actually one of those that I need to sign a new contract with. I hope I can sign a new contract with this guy because he is a homegrown, trained at club, and actually, is he? Is he? Yes, he is. So I do want to give him a new contract because I think he's good enough to give a new contract. And even if we don't use him that much and he's just going out on loan, we can cash in on him later on. I think it's just worth giving him a new contract because it's probably not going to be that high. 1,100, 1,200 in wages or something like that. Doubling it. We also got this guy, Brarud, who is on a very long contract. Maybe he's getting sold. He was a mistake. He was a mistake bringing in. He could also be that 3rd choice if Seaman is going out on loan again. So this area, good. Nothing to worry about there. We are fine on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, on the other hand, this is gonna be a tricky one because Finson is on some really high wages, right? He's on high wages, and the first time I went in for him, he wanted 2 high wages. And his contract is running out next summer, so we either need to sell him or give him a new contract. So that's that's the problem, right? He's a good player. I would like to keep him, but if he wants 6, 7, 8, I think it was actually 7,000 in wages, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna double his wages here. He's not that good. He's not that good. So that could be a worry. And even if he is staying, we still need a backup to him, right? Who do we have out here that is a backup right now? Könighaus is, I believe, not a backup because he is having a mandatory fee. Yes, he's gone. He is already gone. Of 65k. So he's not here next season. So we do need someone new in there. We do need to go out and find someone to back up Finson, right? That's very, very key. That's probably the key signing, or at least one of 2 key signings we need to do in the transfer window. Central midfielders, or central defenders, sorry. Let's take the left-hand side first. We got Hausdag and Hurak. I am pretty happy with that. Both of them are having contracts to 2028, I believe. 2029 actually. So that's perfect. No new contracts, and just, yeah. And both of them are pretty good, so I'm happy about that side. Nothing really. We do have a bit of backup in. Where is he? Is it no, not Könighaus. Gulstoff, was he coming in as a... Nope. No, it was actually Sikovic. Sikovic can also play over there if we really need him to. And on the right-hand side, we got these 3 guys. We got Sikovic, Starek, and Gulstoff. Sikovic's contract is running out in 29, Starek in 28, and Gulstoff in 29. I think that is going to be the combination next season. I think Gulstoff is coming back from... He had a terrible loan. Not because he played really bad, but because Hobie Kerr didn't really want to play him. How many games did he actually get? Ridiculous. I should probably just have got him home because he didn't really develop out there. Absolutely horrible loan for us. But he is the third choice, right? He's the third choice to come back. And he's still a youngster, so he's what, 21? Yeah, it's fine. So he's the third choice over there next season. Unless someone is coming in for these guys for big money. That can always happen. That can always happen. Well, otherwise, that's the 3 guys there, and I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I need more backup in this central defense, and I'm pretty happy about our central defenders overall. So, a lot of improvement. I mean, all of these are pretty young, right? All of them are 23 or below. Actually, Hauerstadt might be 24 now. Yeah, he's 24, but it's a young central defense, and they can improve quite a lot. So, yeah, we're pretty good. We are pretty good there as well. So, no new signings probably there unless someone is sold. Goalkeeping. Oh, God, I forgot about Marinkovic. How is he doing? He is on a contract to 28. Could keep him around, but we also have that worry about our homegrown status. That's also something we need to worry about. I'm definitely not gonna make Marinkovic the first choice. That's not gonna happen. Mikulic got a long contract. Now, if I could cash in on this guy, I would do it. If someone is gonna come in and say, I want to buy this for 1.5 million, he's gone. He's not that great. And I would be tempted to do that because he's on a long contract. He expects to be the first choice goalkeeper, even an important goalkeeper. I think we need to improve on this area. I think if I'm gonna spend some big wages, this is it. The goalkeeping area. I think I can go out, get a really good goalkeeper, and get 6 or 7 less goals against us a season just because of that. And I think that's worth it. I think that's the big way. That's where we want to spend the big wages, right? If we can avoid 6 or 7 goals per season just because we have a better goalkeeper, that's worth it. That's gonna be worth it. So that might be it. That might be it. That might be the big deal, along with a transfer over here and a transfer up here. That's where I know I want to improve myself, and also just for squad depth. So there we go, guys. That is the. I think I'm done. I think we are over. I think that's it. There is no more to talk about. Oh man. I mean, there's probably more I could have talked about, but it's already a long episode. And I went over all the things that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. And I hope to see you in the preseason episode. So hope you loved it. Now I got this is the most exciting time for me when we're going into the preseason and the transfers and all that. I love it. That's what I live for. Of course, also the trophies. The end of the season was also pretty decent this time around. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you around in the next episode.